What's up YouTube, Kai here bringing you a custom figure today. This one is a bit simple. We're just going to do a head swap from the Hot Toys quarter scale Bruce Wayne into the NECA quarter scale Batman Begins figure. I love the body sculpt on the NECA figure, and the head is really awesome too. The sculpt is really great. But you can see the differences in the paint and the quality of the plastic when looking at the $100 figure versus the $400 to $500 figure. So we're going to try to up the collectible value on this NECA figure by swapping this extra head that I have from the Dark Knight Rises figure and putting it on the Batman Begins body. So let's jump into this. The first thing we want to do is get the cape under the cowl there. The cowl is made of a soft plastic, so it's really not that difficult at all. I'm just, putting it above the surface here. And what we want to do before trying to pop this head off is heat it up in a way to make it easier. Because, yeah, you can rip it off with brute force, but if you heat it up, it basically pops off way, way easier. So you're going to see me take out the hair dryer here, and we're just going to heat this guy up. Alright, so we're trying to pop this head off, but it's still giving a little resistance, so back to the hair dryer. I'm just going to leave it there for maybe about 5 minutes, because why not? Just the easier the better. And here's our second attempt at popping the head off. This time it's way easier. Comes off easily, just like that. There goes the awesome head. And we see this crazy neck joint in there that the cowl is attached to. And at the bottom of this joint is another ball joint. And as you can see, the cowl has a ball joint on the top. So this one pops off pretty easy as well. And there it is. And all that's left in the figure now is another ball joint, a double ball joint there. And we're going to want to remove that as well, because the head just doesn't fit on that ball joint if it's still in the neck there. So back to the hair dryer. This one shouldn't take long at all, maybe a minute, and just grab some pliers and rip it out. Very easy. You can see the joint right there. So now we're going to take a look into what this joint looks like, and hopefully at this point, hoping that the Hot Toys head will fit in there. I'm glad they sculpted the neck part there. It's like almost as if they knew, or if they had the intention of doing another head sculpt. It's good to see the collar sculpted in there. So here are the parts that make up the head articulation. Here's that double ball joint that's sitting at the bottom of the neck, at the base where the collarbone is. Now here's the actual neck, where a ball joint goes into the top and bottom here. Now it gives really a lot of range, so I'm glad they chose articulation like that. And here's a look at the original NECA head. It's still an awesome head, like I said before. Really cool. But I was just curious to see if this other Bruce Wayne head would fit into the body. So I was like, why not? Let's heat it up and pop it off. But you can really see, the sculpt here and how the light reflects on it. It's very well done. I love how hard-edged it is and clean. So here is the moment of truth. Now we see the head is looking pretty good, and the collar is sort of soft plastic, and it is going right in, almost like a perfect fit. There is no joint that it's clicking into, but it is really secure in that spot. You can see it takes quite a bit of strength to move his head, so that is not falling off or going anywhere. It's pretty much the perfect fit, and it looks pretty good. It's a quick look at different angles, and we'll get a little more in depth right now. here he is standing next to the Hot Toys. The scale is really different. Even though they're both quarter scale, NECA does tower over the Hot Toys version. I do not own the Enterbay 18-inch Batman, so I don't know how they fare next to each other. But you can see here, if the Batman is standing on his base, the Hot Toys one, they'll be around the same height. So there's a little bit of wiggle room. If they're standing next to each other in the collection, it won't look that far off. But here's a look at the full NECA body here. It's looking good. And we'll just take a closer look here. I think it fits awesome. I think it's such an easy modification to do if you have this extra head laying around. Maybe if you have the Enterbay one, it might have the same exact fit as this. I'm not sure, but I think it looks really awesome. It's definitely an upgrade to the NECA version. And it's nice to display this awesome Christian Bale head sculpt. You know, it's such a shame to keep it in the box and not really see it, so I'm glad I was able to find use for it. So hopefully you guys can do this. If you have any other tips that you discover on your way of trying this yourself, please let me know in the comments. Maybe there's a way to insert a joint in there, but I didn't really feel a need for it. So I will see you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed this video.